This is what hard feels like. Did you expect it not to be hard? Did you expect this thing that you're trying to achieve not to be difficult? This is what hard feels like, and this is why most people can't do it, but you can. Follow what most people do because you don't want the results that most people get. The average person is obese, likely to be divorced, and has less than 1K in the bank. It feels safe to do what everyone else is doing, but it's actually a terrible decision. Figure out what you want. Ignore the opinions of others. Do so much work, it would be unreasonable that you fail. Realize it never mattered to begin with. Help others once you get there. You've already achieved the things you said would make you successful. We don't rise to the standards we have when others are watching. We fall to the standards we have when no one is watching. The only work that really matters is the work that no one sees. It shows you who you really are rather than who you say you are. Unchosen suffering is going to happen in life. Your parents are going to pass away, loved ones are going to die, your relationships are going to break down, your body is going to fail you, you're going to become ill or sick or destitute. Things are going to happen that you have no control over. And the only way that you can prepare yourself for unchosen suffering is with chosen suffering.
Right.
You can elect to put yourself into a position to become a stronger alloy of whatever the metal is that you're made of. And by purposefully choosing difficult things, you will armor yourself against that situation. It's still going to suck. But think about how much more fragile you would be if you hadn't overcome all of this stuff. We spoke about this yesterday. Every single person that I know that is incredibly successful in a balanced way and has a good perspective on it elects to do very hard things regularly. It humbles them, it reminds them that they're just mortal, and it also means that if the entire mainstream media apparatus tries to come down on top of you, let's say, just as a hypothetical, let's say that occurs, that you can deal with it because you know that you've dealt with 1,000 disgusting kettlebell workouts followed by a cold tub or whatever. The reason that I'm so averse, the reason that I really don't like people who put down those that are trying to do something different or have big dreams is that I know how close I came to not taking a shot because of the opinions of other people around me. And I'm aware this is not super alpha, lone ranger, solo degenerate-preneur fucking pilled, right? The canon and the law of someone that's supposed to be successful is basically one long middle finger to all doubters. But this is what every single Rocky training montage gets wrong, which is Rocky never doubted the direction and the path that he was on. He just doubted whether or not he could get there. That's not the way that personal growth happens, in my opinion, at all. You are filled with uncertainty. Is this even working? I have no idea if there's glory on the other side of this. You know, it's the other side of the lonely. It's the process of the lonely chapter. And if you have people around you that are adding weight onto the bar that you didn't choose, like, well, you're just making it fucking harder for me to stand up. It's already hard enough for me. And increasingly, I just want to be around people that make me feel good about the things that I'm trying to do. And I don't think that that's an unreasonable demand. And I also think that it can seem fragile, shallow, or fickle, or uncommitted, or needy, or undriven, not robust. And yet I still want it. And yet, for me, choosing to swim against the tide just seems like a stupid decision. So I want people in my life whose dreams are bigger for me than mine are and who believe in me more than I do. Bring that now isn't forever is, and that's such a great frame, like a hyperbolic discounting and inability to be able to imagine that this is not the way that it's always going to be. And that's good. For good things and for bad things. This isn't the way it's always going to be, so I better enjoy this win. This isn't the way it's always going to be, so I better not get too disheartened by this loss. You will come back. That's the beautiful thing about this sort of hedonic renormalizing. You go, good things aren't as good as you think they are, bad things aren't as bad as you think they are. If you want the life but not the lifestyle, you guarantee disappointment. Like if you're going to pursue this outcome but you're not prepared to do what it takes to get it. Okay, you want to be a touring musician. Sounds fantastic. You need to spend probably between 5 and 10 years just learning the instrument. This is before you get to perform. You don't really get to perform on stage for that long. Yeah. And then when you start doing that, the first 10 tours that you do are maybe going to be in someone's borrowed van, in the back of a van. You're not going to have enough money for hotels. You're going to be playing to 100 people. No one's going to care about you. You're not going to have any money. You're not going to know if it's going to work. You have no promise of glory on the other side. You're going to be racked with self-doubt, constantly uncertain. The whole experience is going to be tarnished in this like weird, liminal, like discontent about whether this is actually the right path to be on. And then maybe you reach a tiny bit of escape velocity and perhaps get toward micro notoriety. Okay, and then we maybe get a tour manager, and then we start to get looked after. That is the process. If you haven't gotten what you want, then you're not worthy of it, period. And that's okay. Now you can admit that you suck and improve. Better to know you're bad for a season than pretend you're good for a lifetime. You're not making as much money as you want because you're not as good as you think you are. You're not struggling from imposter syndrome. You're a student and pretending to be a teacher. No students say they feel like frauds for trying to learn. You're a fraud when you get up to teach the class, and you've never done it. Everyone is jealous of what you've got. No one is jealous of how you got it.